Tulsi Gaur Lakshman. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. We start. So this is Vyasa Purnima 2025. It's the birthday, appearance day of Veda Vyasa. Veda Vyasa avatar is the avatar representing the love of Krishna for the conditioned souls. Krishna came here to compile, to give Vedic knowledge to help the ignorant jivas that have been in ignorance since the beginning of this time. It's called Anadi Avidya. There's no beginning of ignorance of the conditioned soul. We weren't somewhere else and came here. We were here, we are here, we'll stay here unless we get spiritual knowledge. So the most priceless gift that Vyasadeva gave us is the Vedic literature, but therein he reveals the science of bhakti. He talks about karma and gyan and different ways to get what you want materially and spiritually. And ultimately he understands that the human beings in the material world, they're actually eagerly searching for love. So he gave that path of love. It's called Bhakti Marg. And the Vedas ultimately culminate in Bhakti Marg, because that is the path of full satisfaction for the jiva. When the jiva cultivates and experiences and manifests love for God, called Bhagavan Prem, Krishna Prem. So Vyasadeva is describing Bhakti. He describes the phenomenal power of Bhakti. Bhakti is supremely powerful, independently of any other practice of spiritual life, karma, gyan, or anything. And in the Vedic literature, Vyasadeva writes many stories about the power and efficacy of practicing bhakti. One limb of bhakti is called archanam, to worship Krishna or Vishnu, Ramchandra, Jagannath, etc. And one of the practices of archan is offering gilam, deepam. Isha Deepo Klim Krishnaya Namah. And then so he describes, when Vyasadeva describes bhakti, he said just one limb of bhakti performed at the time of death can give you moksha. It's that powerful. That just one limb can give, one limb of bhakti can give instantaneous results, whereas karma and gyan, they give results after a long practice of many lifetimes to attain siddhi and gyan and attain perfection of varnashram dharma and karma kanda practices. Perfection is only some kind of heavenly mukti. Go to a higher planet like Chandraloka, go to the moon planet, live there for 10,000 years and take birth again. So when he's describing the power of bhakti, he tells a story in a book called Vishnu Dharmottara Purana. In other words, Puranas are full of stories. So this Puranic story tells the story of a mouse in a Vishnu temple. And the mouse used to come into the temple and eat the ghee wicks. They had full of ghee and they had gone out. So one time he was eating the ghee wicks in the temple in front of the Thakurji, and somehow the ghee that was still alive, burning, and it caught the whiskers of the mouse on fire. So the whiskers means mustache. It got caught on fire. And then it went to his body, and it was very painful. And it was a she mouse, mousy. Mousy, mouse. And she caught a fire and jumped around in front of the Takrati, Vishnu Murti, and she died. So ordinarily a mouse, when they die, they become a cat next life, or because they're always afraid of cats. They're always, out of fear, they're always thinking of cats. So their mind takes the shape of a cat out of fear, and they become a cat next life, or again a mouse. They're attached to their husband, Mr. Mouse. So like that goes on. But this mouse, because she offered a ghee lamp at the time of death, she got the great benefit of bhakti. She became born as a princess. From mouse to princess. Rani, like a queen. And she was, surprising enough, she was very fond of offering ghee lamps to Vishnu. She doesn't know why. Well, we know. Because we read the story. Because in her previous life as a mousy, she offered her whole body as a flaming ghee lamp. So this fantastic story from the Puranas shows the power of one practice of bhakti. What's the catch? Any limb of bhakti, any form of bhakti has so much power. You can get a very high birth, you can get liberation. So this queen, this princess, who I guess became a queen at some point, she offered ghee lamps to Vishnu her whole life. And what happened to her? When she died, she went to Vaikuntha. Just for offering ghee lamps. Her bhakti started as a mouse. So like we have dogs in Radhakund eat prasadam and tomatoes. Ours are Radhakund. They jump for tomatoes. They bark and fight each other for tomatoes. I have eyewitness I can call in for Moscow TV. I like to see. I saw a film also. She sent me a reel of it. So that's the power. But Jiva Goswami says, bhakti has so much power, but what prevents, why are bhaktas experiencing so much result or effect of bhakti? It's so powerful, has such fantastic result. He says, the effects of bhakti are being blocked by aparadhas. And in Bhakti Sandarbha, part 2, which Jiva Institute publishing, from 153 to 159, Anushade 153 to 159, Jiva Goswami describes 5 results of aparadha. Why does he describe the results of aparadha? So if you're experiencing any of these results in your bhakti bhajan, you can understand the cause of that obstacle that you're trapped by or facing is because of offenses. Offenses to the holy name, offenses to the Vaishnava, offenses in the Seva and Bhakti Devi herself, offenses to the Takraji or Jiva Himsa, offenses to Jivas. There's a lot of offenses. So because generally people make offenses because of ignorance. But a child doesn't know about the power of fire. How he thinks it's some yellow dancing thing. So he sticks his hand in the fire. He gets burned. The fire doesn't think he's stupid. He doesn't have any knowledge of the power of fire, the hurting power, the painful power of fire. Fire just burns him irregardless of his ignorance. So ignorance of the law is no excuse. So the Bhakti has laws, all kinds of laws about Bhakti. They're called yamas, niyam. Niyam means laws. Vidhi nisheda means laws. When you break the laws, knowingly or unknowingly, you get punished. And sometimes, when you make offenses and break the laws in bhakti, the offense is carried over to the next life, which is really kind of not good. Doesn't seem fair, but that's the way it works. Good things are carried over to the next life, you get good result. Bad things are carried over to the next life, you get bad result. So, Jiva Goswami has a long discussion about these offenses, and he said, how do we overcome offenses? By keep doing bhakti. That's the thing. So I'm going to read from the commentaries by Sri Satyanarayana Das Babaji, because it's very nice. He says like this: an offense is something that displeases Krishna. It's an act that we do that makes him unhappy, so that becomes an offense. The effect of an offense is it counteracts the full manifestation of bhakti's power. It is like trying to light a fire while pouring water on the wood. If the wood is dry, one match can set the wood ablaze, a fire. But if the wood is wet, the fuel must first be dried before another match can light it. Similarly, preliminary practice of bhakti is performed to clear the offenses. Only a person who is freed from offense will experience one act of devotion can give perfection to that devotee. So a devotee should avoid offenses and very carefully execute devotion meticulously to experience directly the glory of bhakti. The tongue, for example, should be used to utter Krishna's names, not be used to engage in prajalpa or telling lies or cheating or misguiding others. Just like the plate, the deity plate is not used for other purposes. Like one time somebody said, some guru went to a temple, they wanted to wash his feet. Or he went to somebody's house, Indian life member's house. They wanted to wash his feet. So the devotee went there with the guru. The lady said, we don't have any plate. And so the devotee was accompanied, so we bring a deity plate. He was all cracked. So the lady did, and then the guru said, had some reason or other, the guru said, what plate is this? This is my deity plate. Get out of here. Just bring me some pan you wash your clothes in or something. You know, you wash your clothes in some plastic, but just use that. If you don't have anything. So, so that's just, so the same way, everything has a proper function. If you use it the wrong function, for wrong object for the wrong purpose, it's an offense. So the analogy is our tongue is like a plate, a deity plate. It should be used to glorify Krishna, not speak prajalpa or offend Vaishnavas. So he describes 5 types of reactions to aparads. So listen, if any of these appear in a devotee, indicates that that person is making aparad somewhere in their bhakti bhajan. The first one is hypocrisy, kapat. Second one is faithlessness. Third one becomes absorbed in objects unrelated to bhakti and becomes loose in his steadiness in bhakti. That's the third one. The fourth one is slackness in devotion. The fifth one is pride. So then he goes through each one of them and explains. By knowing these 5, by knowing these little introduction, By knowing these 5 results of aparad, one can ascertain the presence of aparad. And then one can, by introspection, one can look within himself and try to rectify and correct himself. Sadhana bhakti leads to prema for Krishna, and offenses result in indifference, ultimately aversion to bhakti. The practice of sadhana bhakti establishes one firmly on the path, induces humility, awakens a taste, and inspires complete absorption in Krishna. But offenses do the opposite. They result in becoming unsteady in bhakti and becoming proud and losing a taste for practicing bhakti, and inability to stay absorbed in chanting or hearing or reading about Krishna. So the first one, hypocrisy. He describes hypocrisy. Devotee shows his hypocrisy when, due to offenses, they make a show of bhakti, devotion towards Krishna. Just to echo too much. You check it out. Maybe the treble's too high or something like that. Jagrani. When due to offenses they show devotion to Bhagavan or Guru or Krishna, but internally they remain disrespectful. So it's like a show. They're showing devoted Guru Bhakti and Krishna Bhakti, but inside there's something different. Hypocrisy means to be dishonest in one's behavior, to act and speak in one manner while inwardly maintaining a hidden motive. The example is given in Mahabharata of the Kaurava Prince Duryodhana. When Krishna came to Delhi, what we call Hastinapur or whatever, Duryodhana invited him for lunch. But when Krishna understood the hypocrisy and cheating mentality of Duryodhana, he didn't go to his house for lunch. Instead, he went to Vidura's house. What did he do?
He gave banana peels.
Vidura's wife was named Griya Rani. Vidura's wife was so excited that Krishna came to her house. She didn't have much opulence to offer him, because Duryodhana had prepared Chaban Bhog. But Krishna knew his hypocrisy. Externally, he was showing all kinds of devotion, made elaborate arrangements to welcome Krishna, all kinds of decorations and pandals and everything, banana trees and betel nut trees and all kinds of things. But he knew he was a cheater and unfavorable to the Pandavas. So Krishna didn't show up for the luncheon invitation. Instead, he went to Vidura's house, and they didn't have anything ready. She had some bananas, and she was so excited because she's a Krishna Bhakta. She peeled the banana and handed Krishna the peels. Chilka, or what they call it. Then Krishna ate the peels. That's a lot of bhakti. We have love for Krishna, and Krishna has love for us. But Krishna does not accept the service of a hypocrite. He knows everyone's true intention. Thus, it's not possible to cheat Krishna. So, just a little bit more about hypocrisy. I'll mention it to you. Although one may be intelligent or knowledgeable, if the person is pretentious, that person will not accept blessings of devotees. Rather, they mock such blessings. This is because they consider themselves very clever, very intelligent. Because they have pride of petty knowledge. This hypocrisy is very common in the modern times, because presently knowledge is freely available on cyber media. Like we say, Google, 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 Guru. Google, Guru. So people tend to read selectively. Whatever agrees with their idea of the truth, they accept. Whatever goes against their idea of the truth, they reject. So such knowledge induces a sense of false pride. People, they become hypocritical. People no longer feel the need to study under a guru or submit to a guru in humility. Cyber, in other words, Google or cyber media becomes the real guru for them. So now it's AI. So that such people receive half-baked knowledge and argue relentlessly. That's a good one. So this is a covering of hypocrisy. The second covering talks about faithlessness. After hearing about and reading about the great glories of bhakti, if one still maintains a lack of conviction, harboring doubts, an indication of absence of faith. Some people cannot have faith in bhakti even after hearing about its glories. This is due to some past offense. If the offense is severe in nature, it will prevent a person from having faith in bhakti even after witnessing its power. They may have a friend, they see the power of bhakti manifesting in a friend, and they won't accept it. And then it goes on. We kind of. He talks, this a big discussion about this faithlessness. If one sees adversities, you know what that means, adversities? Opposition, difficulties, setbacks, loses a job, house burns down, whatever. So, in the life of a devotee who is supposed to be advanced in bhakti, one should not become faithless in regard to bhakti in general. In the past, this commentary by Satyanarayana Das, in the past and also present, many great devotees of Bhagavan live in Vrindavan. It is seen that they face many problems in their lives, such as disease, ostracism from society, or legal troubles. On account of this, one should not lose faith in them or in bhakti. True devotees have no desire to acquire protection from such troubles by the virtue of bhakti's power. Neither do such devotees wish to be known as great devotees. One should be extremely careful making judgments about them. It is not easy to understand behavior of great devotees. A doubt may be raised in this regard. We understand that devotees don't pray for removal of their personal problems. But why doesn't Krishna protect them from such problems in the first place? If Krishna truly loves his devotee, why doesn't he take away their problems? The reply is explained. Krishna has different reasons for such behavior. One, he acts like this to increase devotees' absorption in him. That's like we say, when we're sick, we often get really devoted. When the good times are rolling, we're rolling with the times. When the good times are stuck, we're moaning with the times. We're not rolling, we're moaning. I know when I was in the hospital after my stroke for 4 days, for 24 hours a day, I was praying, Krishna, when I get out of the hospital, I'm going to do this and this and that, and this and this. If you save me from this and keep me alive, I'm going to do this, this, and that. It was like amazing, amazing program. And I got back, I got it, okay. Back home. For a couple of days, I was real serious. Then, okay. So, what is Queen Kunti saying in Bhagavatam?
She wants difficulties with
Queen Kunti prays in Bhagavatam, oh Bhagavan, please send me difficulties, send me miseries, send me setbacks, send me financial bankruptcy. So, because when I'm suffering, my mind races to like the Ganga River, non-stop, full force. But when good times come, I forget you. So I don't want to forget you. So put me in difficulty, I don't care. So can we become like Queen Kunti? I was for 4 days. 4 days, 6 years ago. Okay, that was okay, 4 days. But that's so. Krishna does it to increase joy's absorption, and sometimes he neglects to discourage unqualified people from entering the path of bhakti. In doing this, Krishna wants to show how fixed in bhakti his devotees are. No matter how much trouble a devotee faces, devotee never gives up chanting Hare Krishna. What's the famous pastime in Chaitanya Leela about that? Haridas Thakur. The Muslim Qazi told his soldiers to take Haridas Thakur to 21 marketplaces. Why? Because that's the social media place. The bazaar is social media place. You take him to Connaught Place and beat him up. Take him to GK1, beat him up. Take him to Lajpat Nagar Market, beat him up. So now you can relate to it, right? Take him to Carol Bagh Market, beat him up. So you go market by market. So everyone in the market could see this is what happens if you chant Hare Krishna. You get beat to death. They were making a public spectacle, example, a scapegoat of Haridas Thakur. What did Haridas Thakur say? Khanda Khanda.
Every piece of my body will chant Hare Krishna.
You can chop up my body piece by piece, and every piece will keep chanting Hare Krishna. You can chop my body in 100 pieces. I'll never stop chanting Hare Krishna. Khanda Khanda, you can make my body cut, but I'll do a Khanda Nam. A Khanda means no break, no cut. So this shows the determination and attachment to bhakti. Okay, what else? That's it. Now the third thing, that was it. The third symptom of aparad, this is very common actually, absorption in objects that are not related to devotion. This can water down one's nishtha, fixation in Krishna. What's the primary example from Bhagavatam? Thank you. Judd Bard, fifth canto Bhagavatam, which we're starting pretty soon. A couple weeks. He was a king, and he gave his kingdom unto the forest to Bhakti. Became very advanced in Bhakti. He was like at the threshold of Baba. He was very regulated, chanting, reading, studying, meditating, doing everything very properly. And some deer gave a baby deer. He got lost by its mother, and he picked up the deer. So in principle, there's nothing wrong with taking care of an injured animal. That's okay. But he got so absorbed in the animal, injured animal, that he stopped his meditation, stopped his chanting, stopped his bhakti. And his mind became absorbed in the deer. So you can do any kind of thing, but where's your mind absorbed in? Because that'll catch you at the time of death. So he already accumulated so much bhakti. So he took birth, and when he died, he was thinking of the deer, not Krishna. And so he became a deer, but a special deer, because that deer was chanting the holy name of God when he died. So that was the mercy of Krishna, gave the ability to that deer to chant Hare Krishna or whatever, chant Krishna Nam. So it's like pretty heavy. He neglected his worship meditation. After all, the mind can only be absorbed in one thing at a time. He can be absorbed and attached to Krishna or a deer. And what happened to Bard was the outcome of some past offense. The offense blocked his bhakti, and the king became fully absorbed in the deer. So these are scary stories, but just wake us up. The implied message is, as though he loses interest in bhakti, he becomes attracted to material objects, persons, relations, power, or position. It is known for sure that's the result of some past or present offense or from birth. Okay, now that's absorption. The fourth thing is slackness in bhakti. Don't be slack. Many we see practically, maybe you're experiencing practically. We see it, and we experience it, and we are experiencing it right now. In the beginning, we're very enthusiastic about bhakti. We make steady progress. But after some time, beginner's enthusiasm slackens off. We start thinking that we're better than other people. I play a mean mridanga. I know a lot of shlokas. They start finding fault in devotees instead of absorbing their minds in seva. Indeed, I love this sentence. Indeed, fault finding becomes a major pastime in the name of sadhu sangha. I love this, it's a really great sentence. This is the voice of someone who's experienced bhakti for many years. Indeed, fault finding becomes a major pastime in the name of sadhu sangha. Like we say, the worst association is your best friend. We call your Maya buddy. Because when I'm with my Maya buddy, he or she won't get on my case. We can be a Maya together. She'll encourage me, I'll encourage her. We'll both think we're okay, we're righteous. We're good devotees. We have tilak and nekvis. So our best friends are our worst associations. They keep us up all night talking for talpa. They take us out to eat chocolate cake and chocolate ice cream. So Gurudev said we could eat chocolate ice cream. Not me though. Chocolate cake. He said not me. They asked, everybody said, what about him? No, not him. You guys can't. It's not him. What to do? Such weak-minded sadhakas meet, and they enjoy speaking about the deficiencies of others. You know Krishna? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Instead of talking Harikatha. So yesterday I met some devotees from Delhi. So we could start talking about this one now. I took out a book and started reading Leelas to them. And they enjoyed it, I enjoyed it. Right? Otherwise you could say, hey, what's so-and-so doing? Oh, that's so-and-so. Pretty soon, before you know, you start fighting, You start talking bad about other people, then you get bad, You get down bad, and then you start getting bad at each other. Anyway. The effect of this offense, slackness, is you lose enthusiasm for bhakti. This lack of, what is this called? It's called slackness in devotion. Sometimes slackness starts slowly. One becomes more interested in taking care of the body. I gotta exercise. I gotta get some weights. I gotta do this and that. I gotta keep in shape. I gotta chant less rounds and study less, do less things. I'm doing in the gym. Oh, shut up. We take more interest in our family, our material possessions. It doesn't apply to any of you guys, I know. We have less time for bhakti. There's a very thin line between taking care of things for the sake of bhakti and enacting them independently due to intensified material identification. Some devotees will even speak of the relevance of such matters in bhakti, and yet they will spend all their time and energy only for caring for them while neglecting direct engagement in bhakti. Well, I have to take care of my family and my health. Okay, what about bhakti? Oh, what about time? Offenses harden the heart and pervert the intelligence. People under the influence of an offense and the slackness that is its result use their intelligence to rationalize their materialistic behavior and attachment, even going so far to validate them with scriptural references. Scripture said, taking care of the body is part of bhakti. I read an article by Mahanidhi Baba. He said, eating and sleeping is bhakti. So that's what I'm doing all that nowadays. I'm doing a lot of eating, a lot of sleeping. I see. Very good. The proof of their wrong idea is gradually they fall away from bhakti, become fully engrossed in materialistic activities. Oh, watch out. The conclusion is, don't do this. Now the fifth result of offense is pride. You guys don't have any of that, do you? This results from practicing bhakti. One becomes proud of one's devotion. This gives rise to further offenses, such as disrespecting Vaishnavas. You see a result of daksha. he became very offensive. He was a Vishnu Bhakta, but he got a lot of hand. Bhakti should be performed with a feeling of humility. Why?
Because it's not coming from us. It's just only kripa of Guru that allow us to do bhakti. It's not. We cannot do any bhakti because of our conditioned schools.
We can't do anything without the blessings of Devatas and Bhagavan, Paramatma. We can't lift our finger. The Devata in charge of the muscle that doesn't want it to happen. We can't make our heart move. We can't do anything without the cooperation and blessings and arrangement of the Devatas and Paramatma in our heart. We're just an atom of consciousness. We're eternal consciousness. What is our power? We have no power. If you read Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, what does Krishna say? I am the strength of the strong. I am the intelligence of the intelligent. I am the ability in human beings. Everything that any kind of power or Shakti is Krishna. We claim it as my power, my ability, my talent. That's illusion. The fact is that the jiva, we cannot do anything independent of Krishna. The body and mind we have doesn't even belong to the Atma. It's given to us on loan. We're renting this body. The body is on rent. We're inside the body. We think it's ours. It doesn't belong to us. It's like a rental car. Can you claim ownership to a rental car?
No.
Can't put your number on the side. Can't put your name on the side. But this body is like a rental car. Nothing in this body is stable or permanent. Everything is always changing. So how can we be proud of borrowed talents and abilities which are disappearing at every moment? A proud person will insult and criticize others. Pride is the most dangerous effect of aparadh. If one is slack in bhakti or loses faith, one may still avoid committing further offenses. But if one is proud, one will make all kinds of offenses. Pride precedes a fall. The mentality of pride is such a dirty, dangerous mentality that it continues even into future lives. Wow. So what is the main thing that Lord Chaitanya attacks?
Trinadapi Sunachena
That's the remedy for it. But the question was, what does he attack? He attacks pride. He attacks pride by saying you have to become humble. Humility is the benchmark of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. That is the hallmark or the benchmark, whatever you want to say. It's the standard of Gaudiya Vaishnava. It's humble. Humility. So, we're always humble and feeling dependent on Krishna and dependent on Guru, then we'll be saved. Aparadhs are we're like sleeping in aparadhs like a python. Python's a big snake, has a big mouth and swallow you up. So aparadhs come silently and quietly and swallow our bhakti, swallow us up. So we have to be careful of this. So this is the message of Vyasadeva today. Vyasadeva is warning us through all these stories, the power and great power and significance, the result one can attain by performing bhakti without offenses. So you should be careful. Vrindavan Thakur is Vyasadeva coming again. Vyasadeva came 5,000 years ago. Krishna came as Vyasadeva and wrote the Vedas. And Krishna came 500 years ago as Vrindavan Das Thakur, wrote the Chaitanya Bhagavat. He wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam as Vyasadeva. And he came as Vyasadeva. Vrindavan Das Thakur is also called Veda Vyas. And he wrote the Chaitanya Bhagavat. And the main thing he preached there, although Bhagavatam itself talks about aparad and the effect of aparad throughout, but the Chaitanya Bhagavat is full of discussion of aparad. Because Krishna understood when Bhagavatam was written, it was Dwapara Yuga, end of Dwapara Yuga. People weren't so crazy, so hypocritical and cheating and lying. So after 4,500 years, Krishna thought, wow, these guys need some updating. They have to reboot their computers. They're really going crazy with apparatus. It's like apparatus are flying like shooting stars in the night sky. They're going every direction. I remember one person told me, they visited this temple. I won't say what temple. And they stayed there for a week because they had to get some visas. And they said, apparatus are flying through this temple like birds. Everywhere I go, there's apparatus flying around this temple. What's with this temple? He asked me because I was visiting. I said, I don't know. It's that's going on over here. It's in the air. He said, apparatus are just flying through the air here. You just catch them, you sing at your head. Like catching a butterfly, you know. I said, yeah, you gotta be careful. They catch you. So, you should always remember, that's why Krishna's Kaviraj, what did he say? This verse, Srinarabhisneshana, should be worn around the neck. Something on your neck is hard to forget. Because you look at your face a few times every day, yeah? Some people tattoo it on their forehead also. But he said, don't wear it around your waist, don't wear it on your wrist, wear it on your neck. Because people are always looking in the mirror at their face. Lipstick, eyeshadow, combing hair. So, everyone looks in the mirror, right? So when you look in the mirror, you see, oh, neck beads. Hopefully. And you think, oh, I'll show you. This is my collar. This is my collar. And I'm a doggy. And I have a master. My master is always pulling my neck. Hey, so you're thinking wrong. You're speaking wrong. All the trouble is from your neck up. From the neck beads down, it's okay. For the neck beads up, it's a problem. Thinking crazy. Crazy ideas, crazy conception, crazy plans, speaking nonsense, crazy stuff. Uprise, offenses. Stuff you retract later, regret later. I shouldn't have said this, I shouldn't have said that. But you did. Yeah, that's the problem. So, all of us today, this is your birthday, you're in a good mood. We got a lot of cakes, a lot of ice cream, a lot of pakoras, a lot of sabji rice, puris. You got so many feasts all around India, around the world. You must be feeling good. Because I'm feeling good because I had your Mahaprasad. So you're in a good mood, I'm in a good mood. So I'm ready to receive. So I'm going to ask you for a gift. please bless me with humility to protect me from offenses. The greatest insurance to not make offenses is humility. Shinada peace, Nichena, Tori Vasveshana, Mahanidhi, Kirtani Sada. You can increase your humility by always looking for a chance for seva. Always, what can I do now? Like you should never stand around looking at the wall. His husband doesn't know what to do, ask the wife. Just ask your wife, do you need help? Are you serious? Are you joking or what? No, serious. I have some free time. Okay, do this. She gets that whole Excel list, 1 to 25. Okay, do this for 1 hour and come back.
Okay.
I'll give you more.
Seva will save you. Seva will save you. Like a lot of times I see somebody standing around here. I say, hey, do this. Oh, okay. Like, why do you have the idea to do it yourself? If you're really chanting japa, your mind fills with ideas for seva. But we usually push them away. They come in one ear of the mind and grab the other ears. Seva is a great savior. Seva, because they say, I don't mind, a phrase in America, I don't mind. Mine has nothing to do. It's a devil's workshop. You know, devil means rakshas, Maya. So I don't have anything on my mind, so you're going to get in trouble. Devil's going to take over. So always do seva, always study the books of Vyasadeva, Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Upanishads, Puranas, Bhagavad Puran, Vishnu Puran, Skanda Puran, Padma Puran, especially Bhagavad Puran. So that's Paramahamsa Samhitam. This way we can, if we become humble, lovers of Krishna, that's the best savers of Vyasadeva. So we begin by becoming humble servants of each other. Everyone is a walking representative of Krishna. Not only the Guru, every jiva is a walking representative of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. We can serve every jiva and we can be humble to every jiva. Like I have this one cricket in my bathroom. Have you met it? Probably not. It's in my party bar. Every time I flush it, I don't see him. I don't know where he lives in the toilet. I don't see him. When I flush my toilet, he appears. And I say, what are you doing? He's struggling for his life. You know, the toilet's going like this. So I put it in the toilet brush, hold it, end of the plastic end, and get him out and put it on the floor. So I did it every day. He's so kind of gay his way over there. I tell him, I said, look, don't live in the toilet. There's plenty of water on the floor here and there to drink. You don't have to go in the toilet. Why you live in the toilet for? That's stupid. I have to keep saving him from the toilet every time. I have to become humble servant of a jiva. That's what I'm trying to make. You have to be so humble, we'll serve the cricket in the toilet. Now I go, before I use the toilet, I look around, hey, are you there? I search to make sure he's not hanging out. I don't see him. And then sorry, I didn't miss him. I thought he goes on out. Maybe he goes in the hole of the toilet, holes upside, you know. I don't know, guy's really a character. Because that looks at me. So this trails. They saw you from the roof. So the best service to be asked today, to become humble servants of Krishna and the Vaishnavas, and to spread love and peace and devotion through the world. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.